Hey guys, trying to make a video in my car again today. I'm a lunch break. Part of the reason I made the video on yesterday was because of some of the craziness that was going on with the computers. I work at like a medical type place, and we're affiliated with, the state insurance. And I noticed that the Medicaid portal or the Medicaid system was down. A couple of other places that I talked to in the capital, because we're over in the low country, but a couple other places where I talked to, their systems were down as well. So I think it was causing a little issue with trying to, I guess, use some of their internet power over there, and I just wasn't able to upload it correctly. But with that in mind, there has been some kind of weird computer thing going on within the last week. Different places you call, different places that call in, they've been having system issues. We were down until like 2 o'clock yesterday. It just seems like a breakdown of reality is happening. Like, the changes, the Mandela effect. I'm starting to notice, like, I know this is going to sound super weird, but you know how when you I don't know how to describe it. Like, it looks like there's a picture in my room, and it's a regular picture. It's a really nice picture. It's a 3D picture, but sometimes when I look at it, it'll look animated, and it's starting to happen like at work, at home. I'll be in the kitchen cooking, and from the side view, it looks like some sort of animation is going on, like a cartoon or whatever. Or I'll look at certain things and it's literally being like, the way that I see it is animated. And so, and that's been like consistently. It happened to me this morning at work, and then like at home it's been happening as well. So I'm just like blown away by that. I don't know what that's about, but like I said, I feel like it's a breakdown. If this is a simulated universe, or if we're living in a simulation or whatever the case may be, then it would make sense that if it's breaking down, that we would be able to see, things that look like that. A lot of people have been reporting a lot of spirit activity. I myself, I've always seen shadow beings and stuff. Even I think the first time I saw a shadow being, I was about 7 years old, and I was on punishment forever. It seems like I had done something to land myself on punishment. And so I was punished to stay in my room, and I came out of my room to go to the bathroom, and as I was walking back, I saw like a small black shadow run in my room, and run down the hall, I should say. And so it kind of scared me a little bit as a kid, and I was just thinking to myself, like, damn, I've been on punishment way too long, like I'm seeing things now. But that was just the beginning. I've seen them. That one was like my size back then, and I've seen them as big as 8 foot tall in my house, where they're, almost like I can see the top part of it almost past this. It's like right there at the ceiling. I used to be afraid of them. Not so much anymore. I literally will just, now it's getting to the point where I can actually feel like somebody pushing me, or I might be in bed and, I could feel like a touch on me. And so I'll just ask them, are you here for, what are you here for? Are you stuck somewhere? You need help? Like, whatever. But I do a lot of protection around my home. And, like I think I've shared on a previous video that my TV will illuminate. So now I've gotten to the point where I just turn the TV away from me at nighttime, because I don't know what that's about. Because that TV is very old and it's not used on a daily basis. And sometimes it happens even when it's not plugged in. So obviously it's not just, a light coming on, for whatever reason. It's not even plugged in half of the time. So it's really strange, but I just turned my TV the other way. Other things, I'm thinking of starting another YouTube channel. I'm not sure how to do it yet. So if anybody has any help that they can lend me, truth seeker of all things at Gmail as well. Please email me, because I noticed that there are others that have platforms that are able to like have themselves on the screen, and then like the, you know, what they're talking about, like a article or a video or whatever at the same time, or like they're in the little far top screen and then they have everything. And I am a person that is really big on dogma and religion and things coming across, you know, to people from the religious sector that are damning to your soul, that keeps you in a constant loop of fear and dogma. And, you know, I would like to begin to bring like a rationale to people about these things that they've believed for so long. I was watching a video yesterday of a preacher, because every now and again I kind of just go through and see what they're talking about, but the title of it was "Witches Are Your Problem." So he went on two videos. Each video was like an hour and a half, maybe two, of talking about how witchcraft, people doing witchcraft in the church, or people doing witchcraft outside of the church to people in the church, is the problem of the church. So he said that people that are into healing with stones, things like this, or people that are herbalists, are into anything like that, natural path, that those are all witches. Those are all witches, wizards, you know, warlocks, whatever. So I was so irritated by the whole thing, period, because I know people that are in the craft. I know people that are root workers, you know, whatever. And they couldn't care less about the people at the church. They don't even consider what they're doing to be of any noble standard, because most of the churches that I know or that I've been affiliated with, aside from maybe one or two, have corruption, have sexual things going on. I mean, A to Z, you name it, it's going on at that church. So you all are supposed to be the pillar of society, but you're telling your people that somebody that takes a herb that's from nature, that's from the ground, that grew to heal somebody, to help them, they're into witchcraft. I'm wearing this stone because I'm an empath and I feel everybody's energy, which causes my blood pressure to go up. So I wear this stone because it regulates my blood pressure, and it's from the earth. Nothing mystical, nothing spooky about it. It's just what it is. And to say that an herbalist is a witch or a root worker or something of that is just really stupid, because I mean, we're all noticing the prices of things going up. You can barely rent a house here in South Carolina for under $1,100, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. 2-bedroom, 2-bath is going to run you $800-900 a month. That to me is, and that's out in the suburbs. That's not in the city. If you want to live in the city, you might pay $3,000 a month for a condo. So the way that the prices of things are going up, people are having to pull together. People are having to live together. How the hell can somebody afford health care? So if you can't afford health care, and there's a guy down the street, prime example, I had a cold last week. I went to a herbalist. I got some herbs called Mullion. I made a tea out of it, and also a hot toddy over the weekend. By the time Monday rolled around, I didn't have a cold. As you can hear, I don't have a cold. So if you're not able to afford health care, you can't go to the doctor, and you're praying and you're praying and you're praying and you're not getting any better, but there's an herbalist down the street that can give you some herbs that'll help you. you should just die, I guess, because the herbalist is a witch, because he deals in herbs that are from the earth. Like, the shit just doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm blown away. But anyways, that is something that I'm thinking of doing, just kind of, going through different people's rationale as it relates to, religion. I'm not talking about if you believe in God or not. That's up to you. But just the dogma of the religion that we follow in the churches, and how we're going from church to church to church, trying to find somebody who's doing it the right way, and there is nobody doing it the right way. So you have to think critically that we, especially black people, have been running down the church, have been in Christianity forever, with a being or a entity that looks nothing like us. The image of him looks nothing like us, even though the Bible describes him as something different. But we are at the bottom. Every other nationality that has separated themselves or has their own country, or they're thriving in their way, they don't deal in Christianity. We're the only race underneath Rome and some other countries that follow Christianity, and we're still at the bottom of the totem pole here in America. So something is not right. Our churches, you can go to a suburb, not a suburb, but an urban area, and the church is the best looking thing on the road. All the houses around it is falling apart, but hey, the church looks great because, hey, the government's funding that 501c3. So you just have to question these things. But anyways, I plan on, starting a channel to do, just kind of a, back and forth with that. But you guys tell me what you got going on as far as the Mandela effect. Have you been seeing these weird animated computer looking simulation things, in your peripheral, or just maybe even in front of you? Excuse me. Just anything like that. I'm pretty observant of a lot of things, and that's one of the things I've observed with the Mandela effect here lately. And of course, all the weather anomalies, the earthquake in Russia and all these things that are happening. We got this solar eclipse coming, so it's just a lot of things going on. And guys, we need to meditate. We need to get focused on our world being better, and if not being better, then us moving on to a better place and ascending out of here. But anyways, love you guys. I gotta get back to work. I hope I'm not late. But you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.